It's Royal Reality Radio back at it.
Feel me.
Yes. Hope y'all doing good. Had a great week. And hope you're getting dry, staying warm.
Okay.
So the topic for today is going to be the golden rule. We're going to talk a little bit about that gold. How about that?
hmm
Yes, we're going to talk about the golden rule. First, let's recap on last week's show.
Okay.
So, how do you think that went?
What was we talking about last week?
Uh, we talked about let my brain. That's
Karma or something.
no, we did not. What did we talk about?
Trauma. No, that was with Bill B.
We had Bell be here and we talked about trauma. What is success to you?
Oh yeah. I think that went good. I think that went good.
Yes, I think you did too. I love to hear the different answers. We had a guest online. Nikki came in, my sister, and talked about what success was to her, and that was good. I like the answers of what success is, and I like the fact that it looks different for different people. Yep. So, and also, let's go ahead and shout out the number so we can have some more callers. If you're interested in joining us today and watching and you want to put your input in, give us a call at 515-599-1687. 515-599-1687. We would love to hear from you.
Amen. Let's
Yes,
get it.
yes. So let's go ahead and get into it. What you think?
I feel like you be geeking need to take a chill pill. Let's get it.
All righty. Well, I do have to get my geeks out every now and then. That way I can stay kind of normal at times. When you have a lot going on, you got to have fun too. Can't just work, 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 work. All right, so we get into the golden rule. What is the golden rule? Where have we ever heard? Who's heard of it? Where did it come from?
I think it's in the Bible.
You think? Okay. Let's see what it says. So, the golden rule, in a simple version, is do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So let's say it a different way.
hmm
How would you say it?
Um, put in the universe what you want to come back to you.
Okay. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Let's say it another way.
Huh?
We're going to keep saying it different ways because everybody don't have the same language.
Mm, that's all I can think of right now.
What you expect, just remember how what you expect others to be the same way. So don't expect anything different if you can't do it. That's another way to say it. You give, you're going to get that back. What you give is what you get. That's another way to say it.
hmm
If let's see, what you believe, if you believe it and that's how you feel, then don't expect someone to be different. We treat and we believe, we give as we expect. So we can't expect something different than what we give, right?
hmm
Golden rule. And I believe that it was named golden for a reason. What about you?
Because gold is a very valuable, precious metal.
So is what would you say, gold versus silver? What are we dealing with there? More?
I don't hate on silver because
Me
I be
neither.
wearing silver.
I love silver. But why is gold so prestige and pointed out like that? Like, I mean, these words came from the Almighty that said it's the golden rule. And I'm trying to understand more and more as I read and learn about it, that's got to be the biggest clue ever to us to get to our treasure. What you think?
Okay. The reason why gold is so valuable is because it's rare and it's difficult to extract. Gold is malleable and can be formed as needed for use in, among others, electronics, dentistry, medical tools, defense, aerospace, and automotive industries. Gold is durable and non-corrosive.
Hmm.
Gold has visual beauty and magnetic appeal.
That was so good.
Hmm.
Mm. Hmm. I thought I heard something about so there's no corrosion in it.
Right.
Hmm. What was another thing you don't get with gold versus something else?
It's non-reactive, portable, non-toxic, and fairly rare.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. So I will say gold kind of stands out above the rest.
Okay.
And I would also say that there's a lot of other things that look good too, just like gold, right?
Mhm.
But because of the characteristics that you explained, we're going to break it down some more because if you stand above the rest, then it should be what? Valued.
All right.
Anything that stands out above the rest. That don't mean there are not other things that stand out. But I just want to pick your brain today because I want you to see clear and understand what is really golden. What's gold? What is it? Do we wear it just to flash it around and look good?
Mhm.
Is that what this is? Is you think that's what he meant by that? You know, the more you have, the better you look? No. And I think that he made it a little difficult for us because no matter how you're treated by people, you still have to keep in mind, how can I treat someone the way I want to be treated when you don't always have that option?
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We don't always have that option. So you have to figure out what is golden to you and have you really thought about it? Because your your vision of what's good, it just may not be good at all. And
Hmm.
there's so many different walks of life. You may think it's good to pull a seat out for a lady and they sit down or hold a door. But somewhere else they may say that's disrespectful. Okay? And that's the type of world we live in. You have different views, different religions, and different cultures that do things differently. So that's why I asked the question, what is gold to you? This is one of the biggest problems and the biggest things that I see around is that sometimes we don't know how to classify things.
Okay.
We don't know what something means, and so we can't have a clear understanding if we don't know what it is. And then once you take that information that you know and you've learned it, then you start living it and it's in you. And if you're not taught things the right way, well, how you gonna be some type of example? Think about this golden rule. We're living in a world where we need a solution. We need a solution. We need to figure things out. We have diseases. People need a cure. This is real.
Mhm.
Real reality radio. I'm talking the real stuff. We need answers. We don't need to continue to be in the same predicament because someone's saying, well, we don't know. We don't know how to guide you. We don't have an answer for you. But conveniently, they have answers for who they want to have answers for.
Mhm.
We don't have a cure for HIV/AIDS, but all of a sudden we do. Come on now. Years later, it just pops up. Think about it. So
Well,
if,
maybe they've been doing their research on it. That's how they came up with the cure.
of course, but do you think that when they researched it and figured out what the cure was, that at that exact moment was when it was they just knew then, or did they know before that?
Hmm.
Okay. He said in the Bible, the golden rule. If it's golden, I feel like it's an answer to a lot of problems. What you think?
Mhm.
Help us out there. Help us.
Uh, I think that's a good way to live your life.
Mhm.
Going by the golden rule.
Okay.
Okay, we got the link. We can go live now.
Mhm. Okay. Golden rule. I want to give some scenarios, and I want to see give our listeners some examples. Let's give them some real life examples and how to respond with the golden rule in mind. I want one.
Would you rather have $100 worth of gold or a $100 bill?
Ooh.
Interesting, huh?
Right? The $100 bill you can light on fire, poof, gone.
Uh
The
huh.
$100 worth of gold, I mean, you'd have to really destroy it somehow or melt it, or it's, I mean,
I would
it's
rather have the gold.
right, yeah.
I'd rather have the gold, and because it has the value we just talked about. So, like in other countries, don't they do it like that? They actually have solid gold.
Yeah, like America, they use gold instead of in place of our money to back up our money.
Educate, tell us, let them know. Because I think the more we talk about topics like this, we can open our minds to understand some things going on around us
Hmm.
and just not be oblivious to it. You know, here, let me say, I'm going to give some scenarios. That was one. It said in on here, the core of the golden rule is more moral, a moral obligation to treat others ethically for their sake and not our sake, even if it's better than the way they treat us.
Okay.
Why? It says not because it's advantageous, but because it's right. And because the way we treat others is about who we are and not about who they are.
Okay. I like that.
You like that? Okay. So here's a scenario. I'm going to give a situation where you go into your child's school and you're there because your child came home and said they had a rough day and they were in a fight. And you got a call from the principal about your child and said that your child was suspended. They cannot come to school the next day, um, and then they're gonna have a meeting with you, about it. Well, how do you handle the situation like that, especially using the golden rule when this is your first time hearing about a fight at all? You don't have any other information. You don't know how the other child is being treated, but your child, all you know is that your child was suspended.
Hmm.
How do you handle that with that golden rule in mind?
Hmm. I asked why he got in a fight, and is the other child suspended as well? And I just try to get down to the bottom of it and just put out positive energy to try to get a positive outcome with it, and
Hmm.
just ask for the facts.
Okay. Hmm.
And just see what really happened. But using the golden rule though would let me be like, well, don't treat my child unfairly if the other child, treat my child with the same amount of fairness as the other child is being treated.
Hmm.
When y'all put y'all justice down.
Hmm. Okay, that's one way to see it. The way I see it is that I'm gonna be real. I'm upset.
I was being real too.
I just no, you being real. I'm just saying right now. I'm getting ready to say something that's real about me. What I'm saying. I'm gonna be real right now and say I may be trying to be nice if it was me, but the first time that person came on there and started talking, I'm gonna feel something rumbling inside. I'm gonna start getting upset because I hear things from that person who's telling me they've already came up with a conclusion.
What
My
person?
the person at the school is saying my child is going to be suspended, and instantly, and this is something I have to work on. Okay. And that's where the golden rule will come in to help me out, because I'm already feeling like this is an unfair situation. Because can
Without
we
knowing nothing.
can we at least get a report of it? Can we have a meeting first? Can we talk about this before you come up with he's already suspended? And so that part with me, I feel like I would have to really pray about, just stay calm. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't call me and say, hey, we want to see you, or we want you to come in. We having a problem with your child, or X, Y, and Z. They've already made their mind up. And so those questions, like you were saying, where you get ready to start asking those questions, I'm going to be honest that I'm not good at it. As soon as I hear something that's unfair, I have this part of me that feels like, okay, take a deep breath, because my child is already singled out. I'm already feeling empathy for the fact that whether he did something or not, it's just that they already made the conclusion, no matter what they say to me, he's guilty, because he's already taken away. They've already looked at him as being, you're no matter what. And this is a real situation in my life. And so for the golden rule, I would have to think, how would I want to be treated? How would I want them to come to me next time? I don't want anyone to come to me rude. I don't want anybody to come to me and say that my child is suspended for a day. I don't want that. And they didn't present me with what actually happened.
Well, if your child get in a fight, then both of the children getting suspended. So that's just part of the policy.
Right.
So
But I want to know.
your child not being unfairly, because they gonna let you know what happened. They gonna let you know what happened. But either way, if it was your child's fault or not, they engaged into a physical fight, so they getting suspended. So it's not fair. It's just both of them getting suspended.
So this is what I was going to with that. I'm upset in me because they did not communicate with me about the fight. I'm just a person. You need to give me the opportunity to understand what's about to happen with my son. And that's a simple phone call. He was in a fight today. He will be suspended, and it will be this amount of time. And then we will have the meeting. But if you have not even informed me, I shouldn't hear anything from my child secondhand. Oh, I'm not going to school, Mom. I'm suspended. But the first thing I hear from them is, oh, yeah, he's suspended, but no information. That's what I was saying.
But schools don't. So schools do that. I
Yes.
mean, like,
Well, this is a scenario I'm giving.
yeah.
So
but
how do you handle that with the golden rule in mind? And what I was going to say is this. I will have to work on my patience with them and ask them, why haven't I been notified? But I have to think very clever, because I really don't like what's happening in front of me. So I have to say, okay, I have to stay calm. And could they do this different? I have to challenge myself to say things in a way where they will turn this whole situation around. So I have to be like, okay, when this happened, I would have really appreciated if I could have gotten a phone call in a nice way. And if there is anything I can do to better this situation, could you possibly let me know? Is this something, if I need to take off work, be available? I just kind of want to hear your side of the story instead of me getting upset and jumping to conclusions and saying, this is what they normally do. I have to also be careful, because if I get the information in real life situation later, my child was telling the truth. He never was in a fight at all. He never was in a physical fight. When I got down to the bottom of it, the teachers heard it from another child. So it was never a physical fight. So that taught me, if we think of the golden rule, we don't jump to conclusions on anything. Because look at how many different ways people think. Kids are not adults, number one. And when they report things to the principals and stuff like that, and if the principal just acts on what a child says, Now they've got the parent all upset, and we still haven't gotten all the facts. Come to find out at the end of the day, now they're coming back to me saying, I'm so sorry. We had the wrong information. Not only that, there were witnesses to say, now we didn't call somebody else. Wow, an adult lied? Two other children stepped up to say they weren't there either. They told got that information from another person. See how it can keep going. But if my first reaction is all about me, and I react to the situation like I'm angry, I already got these thoughts going through my head about how I don't like it, and this is what they normally do, I don't leave room for this to take place or for God to even show us how he can intervene in situations with the golden rule. You have a scenario you want to present?
Mm, I think that was good what you just said. So you get a round of applause for that one.
Thank you. That was a real situation.
But yeah, that's if that like that happening, like that was very unprofessional of the school to not let you know everything that went on, and did their own investigation before they
Mm-hmm.
let you know that your child was at fault. They just was the judge, the jury, and the bailiff. You know what I'm saying? So
And the audience.
right.
And the
So
witnesses.
but that's like that. That's very odd for a school just tell you that your child is suspended and not have their reasoning behind it. But sometimes they can be biased in singling your child out. So I've heard of many occurrences that happen like that.
And they have to gather more information to see what happened. And in the meantime, your child, you're just waiting.
Hmm.
And so that's new to me. But every time something new happens, we have to learn from it, and that's real. And I've seen a lot of people get very, very irate about their children in my lifetime. So, I mean, it's understandable, though.
Yeah, people don't play about their
They
kids.
do not. And I understand that. Okay, golden rule. This will be an easy one. You went into the store and you got your cart to go grocery shopping. When you went in and you going through the aisles, you noticed it was those sanitizing wipes. You know how they clean the top of the cart off, and the sanitizer wipe was in the bottom, and you didn't think anything of it. But up under that sanitizing wipe, when you start putting your groceries in and start pulling them out, there was $100 bill in the bottom of the cart. What do you do?
Uh, I'll be like, thank you, Lord, for this blessing. Cause
Why?
what I'm gonna do is I mean, like, what would be the other option? Go to the store manager and be like, hey, somebody left this $100 bill in the bottom of their cart. I just want to turn it in. Just trying to be a honest person, and maybe they might come back looking for it.
Mhm. Mhm.
Well, so it's several ways you can look at that. You
Mhm.
can look at it like the person who lost it, they just beat. That was probably some karma that they got from not being responsible and not holding on to their money. Or they can and then it'll be up to the store manager to be like, well, keep it. Or well, I'll hold this in case somebody come back looking for it. 9 times out of 10, if you lost that money, you don't know where you lost it at. But I mean, in a perfect world, which the world ain't perfect, they you should be able to go back to the store and ask the store manager, "Hey, I lost $100 in one of y'all cart. Did y'all find it?"
Hmm.
And then they be like, "Yeah, somebody turned it in." Hmm. But I know that I've lost my wallet several
Mhm.
times,
Mhm.
and one lady, it was in a janky neighborhood. She actually looked in there, looked at my ID, read my address, and brought it back to me. That's good. She'd be blessed for that. And another time, it was out in West County, out in a safer area, and somebody didn't even know where to look. And they just went around looking like, "Hey, did somebody in here lose a wallet?" And it happened to be my wallet. So it's good people in this world, but I think that stems from me being a good person and me doing right and following the golden rule. Because if I was a bad person, then maybe that could have backfired on me like that and lost my wallet and it just be gone. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm following the golden rule and trying to do right, then God, He add up that them deeds that you do and be like, you know what, I'm gonna show him that he need me, and I'm gonna go ahead, show him grace again.
I like that last thing you just said. You gonna show him he need you. That's dope. Mhm. That's
No,
good.
yeah, God, that's
Yeah.
God saying that. Yeah.
I like that. Cause you built up. It feels like you made deposits already, and so then it was time for somebody to bring it back on around to you,
Mm-hmm.
and you already knew because it became familiar. It was like, man, I remember this moment. I remember when I lost my wallet, and the minute you see that money, greed is not in your spirit because you've been through something that made you feel like, nah, if that was me, I would want someone to turn my stuff in like they did. And that was nothing but the grace of God because I don't know too many people that's gonna turn in money. Like people actually have a lot of opinions when it comes to that. They be saying you stupid. They be saying all kind of stuff, especially cash money. Like that was God's way of blessing you. You should have just kept that money. But then,
But if it's like attached to a wallet with a identification, then that's their money. You know what I'm saying? But if it's just laying around on the ground, you don't know what to think.
and that's true too. Like if you are in a public, you on a walking trail. Where you gonna take it? Where you gonna take the money?
Exactly.
Okay. But if you're inside a place, a store, a bank, a school, take it to the main office. And I know some people gonna say, I need that for gas. I need it, or whatever it is they say they gonna need it for. God was blessing me. But the thing about it is that you are going to do more than make a difference by being a good person. Because sometimes it's not about when we do the right thing, it's not so much about God's going to bless me. He's going to pour this down on me. No. Sometimes it's about who's watching.
Mm-hmm.
It's just simply about who's watching you when you do things. You never, ever, ever know who's watching. And somebody may learn from you. That's why they say one person really can change the world. If that money is there and you turn it in, it might be the best day of your life because the person that was at that counter, even if they not like you, they may make a move that's not as golden, but they still thinking about the man that turned it in. And I know this for a fact because even if it doesn't move them that day, they have some type of memory of how they got that money, no matter what. And life will have it has a way of coming back around, and we're going to talk about that on another show. But it has its way of showing its own face. And you know what I mean by that? It's like a glimpse, a glare of a movie that's not even out yet is coming. That's how I see it. It's like, why was the $100 bill in my cart anyway? Was meant for? Is this a test? Okay, Lord, are you trying to test me? Are you trying to see what I do? Why was it there? And it was under this sanitizing wipe, and I'm the only person that saw this. And so I take it and stuff it in my pocket. Somebody is still watching, whether it's on camera or something. So it's really about morals. It's about you. Because no matter what, even if I'd rather let the next person take it. I'd rather let them take it, not me.
Okay.
take it. Because there's so much more coming for me than that. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather give it to somebody so I could see them happy, or somebody who ain't got no food, or somebody that just look bad. And as I done had people pour tears, just crying with gratitude because they didn't know where their next meal was going to come from. They had all kind of problems going on in the background, and God sent somebody to say, here's a blessing. With no words, it's powerful. He will show you that if you just trust in that golden rule, it will work almost every problem out you have in your life right now. Everybody out there, if you have any problems, if it's your car, your house, your man, your woman, your kids, I'm telling you, if you go and reflect on what is the golden rule to you, I'm telling you, and I promise you, it will turn around in your life so fast because you've decided and made a decision. No matter what anybody is doing, treat them exactly the way you would want them to treat you. And eventually, they're going to start understanding that they're not getting anything from being sour, being mean, being stubborn, taking from people, lying on people, making things up to try to get ahead, trying to move, being sneaky and scandalous. And you think you're going to get somewhere. So what you're putting out, I like that one you said, what you put out, get ready to receive it. Get ready for it. But why not put out the good stuff even when somebody's just as ugly? Well, you know, you looking so ugly today. Can I help you to get your hair done? Can I help you and give you a card to a therapist? Because you don't have, what's wrong? How about just asking somebody, what's wrong? What happened? And do you know, they actually will respond and say, I just lost my job today. Okay, that's why you acting like that. I have had a traumatic experience in my life, near death. And so now when your expectations of me are not going to be the same, you weren't in that predicament, I understand. Let me back off. You're hurting right now. Let me back off. Give people the benefit of the doubt. They're trying, especially you got people trying and that are good people. You have got to learn, what if this was me? What if I was the poor person with nothing? What if I was the person who every time I turned around and I tried, it was another thing coming at me? If it wasn't my kids, it was my job. If it wasn't my job, my car breaking down. If my car wasn't breaking down, now I got a bad report from the doctor. We don't think like that, do we? Naturally. We don't think like that. You have to think in a way where, how would I be? If I'm laying in a hospital bed, I want people to care about me. I don't want anybody to be having more expectations than me. If I got $20 to my name and my kid blowing my phone up talking about what I'm going to eat, I'm talking some real stuff. Kids do this to you. And at the same time, your kid asking you for what they want, your job has these expectations of you too. And your car tire just got a nail in it and you got to get your tire fixed. Now, come on, that's real life. Stuff happens. How do you start handling people? The way, just how you feel? Cuss them out? Be mean? They not doing something perfect for you, so you decide, I'm this person. I need it this way. No, you think about how you really want to be, because you got to treat those people the way they deserve to be treated. Then go ahead and start your little judgments. But if you're not doing that and you know you need to be working on yourself, start working on yourself more. So we all can fit in this whole golden rule aspect and create a different atmosphere than what we have now. The golden rule, God didn't say it was silver, platinum. He said gold. And like the young man said earlier, If you want the money, you can have the money, but if you have the gold, you're going to have something super valuable. Would you like
Mm-hmm.
to add to that?
I think I'll take the money and then buy buy half a brick of gold, $50 worth of gold, and then spend the other 50 to try to turn it into something
Mm,
to create more than $100
mm,
worth of gold.
okay.
Cause yeah, you can burn the money up like that, but I ain't finna let my money get burnt up. I'm gonna flip it into $200, and then I'm gonna buy $100 worth of gold, and then still have $100. So that's what I do with it.
Hmm. And that's how you feel then. That's what you'll do. Somebody else might say something completely different. But it's good to get different perspectives and different understandings from different people. I love that. I love hearing it because it helps you to understand in a realistic way the realistic way of life and how people are living and what they feel. Their feelings are important.
Right.
Everyone. There's not one person whose feelings are not important. And so, how do you get a person like, do you think that we don't know how to treat others because our experiences are different?
Hmm?
Do you think a lot of people don't really have a true, clear understanding of how to treat others because we all have different experiences? Like we come from different walks and talks and rituals and just our ways are different from like our parents, right? Everybody's parent is not the same. So do you think maybe just because there's a rule out there and we read the Bible and we try to understand it the best way we can, we go to church and the pastors try to break it down. But do you think that it has something to do why we don't always understand things the same because of where we come from?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I think we should be kind of fair to ourselves sometimes because sometimes it just don't look the same. What fair is, what good is, what ugly is, what money is, what the dynamics are so different. I mean, when we go to the core, it's kind of like, do we really know what's good? Because some families will be like, oh wow, you do that? That's forbidden in this household. You understand what I'm saying? It's like I have had conversation. I love talking to different people. I just really like engaging in deep conversations because what they're talking about, that's what happened in their life.
Hmm.
Think about Jamaica. And when we had talks with some of the people there, do you remember anything? That one guy that was in the car and he wasn't talking directly to us, but he was talking about his life, his culture, like how they make money, like what they go through, what it's like. If you think about it, it is similar, but not quite. Do you remember anything he was saying about his money and how they make money?
I just remember that stuff that get you going,
Oh Lord Jesus,
but I forgot the name of it
don't.
though.
I'll wear this one.
Rasta or something like that.
Not that
Yeah.
one. What about the guy in the car? The one guy he called us monkeys.
Oh, that white man.
We got in. He called us. He said, "Oh you,
Clowns.
oh clowns." Okay, I didn't made it worse. How did he
Mm.
say? He said, "Oh, you just waiting on these clowns."
Nah, he said just me and the clowns in the back or something like that. He was just playing, but some people don't play like that. So I could have changed the whole situation around and be like, "Hey, don't disrespect me like that." But you just gotta understand where other people' background is. Is like what they take as a joke, other people don't take as a joke. So if you don't got no sense of humor like that, then you know what I'm saying. So it's just like The golden rule could have been in a place like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you could have been like, "Hey, I ain't call you no clown, so don't call me no clown." You know what I'm saying? I don't tolerate no disrespect. But I mean, it's just all in his upbringing and just how he view life.
Yeah, just he just free flow with it too. He was laughing and
Yeah, and his wife was just back there like, he's so silly. So
but put take us out the car and put two other people you know in the car. How could they have went?
yeah, it was finna go bad with us in the car, but
We did
I
the golden rule.
understood and I was just like, nah, we didn't do the golden rule. We just let it just slide off. Just we let it slide because we not treating nobody. He was treating us in a way like he probably didn't care the way if we called him a clown back. But we took offense to what he said for real, but we just let it slide. But like you were saying, if somebody else was in there and didn't practice, trying to be a better person and stuff like that, then it could have went sideways. But I'm sure that he would have been like, "Hey, I ain't mean nothing by it," and then
Right.
try to apologize
Mhm.
for it. So that's why that's why I just looked at it like that.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
then I feel like, yeah, if somebody else was in the car or whatever, well, if I was to address the situation, then it would have been awkward for the rest of the ride. You know what I'm saying? So
So you chose to show him. You showed him. Well, I think you
he
showed.
probably didn't know what I was showing him. He just was yapping.
Yeah, but I think you showed the driver something. I think when we weren't around, cause he know what he said, and I bet he had a conversation with someone and said, I had this nice couple, black couple got in the car, and I had this white couple got in, and he called them clowns, and they just stayed nice. Like you don't when people are watching, you know what I'm saying? You're still doing the right thing because you could have really went off on him and it would have got ugly. But it's like in your mind you're thinking, mm, even if that's not how I want to be treated, I'm gonna go ahead and show them how I can be nice and respectful in the midst of something that I don't like. Therefore, he probably didn't catch it, but he probably also caught low key. I didn't get a reaction out of them. Oh wow, that was the first. See, because you're teaching something, and then the one driving was probably like thinking he said, "Please don't let this get out of hand." I just want to do my
Hmm.
job. And but later on, he might have had a conversation with someone to say there was some really nice people, and they didn't even that young man was calm, cool, collected. And if that was me, I would have.
Hmm.
But it may have sparked something inside of his mind. Huh? I might try to be like him one day. And then that person who know, I don't care if you playing or not. Real talk, that was disrespectful. Because if you gonna call me a clown, really, I really would get with you. I'm not nobody's clown. I don't look like a clown. So you just met me for the first time and you calling me a clown. That's not. I don't understand. I can't joke like that. So how you doing would be great. Hey, how you doing? You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right.
Address me because we are people who demand our respect because of who we are. We serve somebody almighty. No, don't tell me I'm a clown. But since we sat there and was calm like that, and really even when you talked about it, you was calm talking about it. It didn't move you, and so there's that strength and there's that peace that resides with inside of you. That hey, he was trying to he was trying, but he
Nah,
didn't
he
get
wasn't.
nowhere.
He wasn't trying. He was just being himself. I don't think he was trying. I don't think he meant nothing by it. I don't think he was trying to provoke us or
You don't
anything.
think
He
so?
just was being himself, and he not used to getting a reaction because he not used to being around people like us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That get because he probably used to being around people that make them kind of jokes too, and
I
like like he felt like he could say it because he wouldn't get offended if somebody was to say that about him. You know what I'm saying? Because he was talking about his wife at the same time.
Yeah, I just been around some people like that that they'll play it off and laugh it off all day long, but they be throwing little jabs low key. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
they just, it is what it is.
Yeah, you could
I
perceive it
respect
like that.
your opinion on it. And if that's how you felt, then that's how you felt about it. But either way, I felt like the part where you stay calm was a good example of how to handle things like that. Uh,
Hmm.
we didn't had other scenarios where you stayed calm too and got a compliment from one of the children. One of our 18-year-olds said, "I learned a lot from him because he stayed calm in in all the situations that were presented.
Hmm.
You don't know who's watching. Your purpose is bigger than what you think at times. We tend to think that our purpose in life and the things that we go through have no value, but I really believe that every single situation it has value.
Right.
We'll just learn about it later what the actual value is sometimes.
Right.
So those were some good scenarios. Do you have any other one to try to help people out there in their real life situations they're dealing with right now? Like what do we want to tell them? As far as like things that are not comfortable or maybe something wonderful has happened. What can we tell them?
Uh, I don't know. I can't think of nothing right now.
Hmm.
I don't know. I hate getting put on the spot though. Don't
Well,
do that. Hold up. You know
I'm not
what you
putting you on
get?
the spot.
Yeah, you like
We
tell me
need
something. Yeah, boo for that.
boom. Okay. I'm telling you, this is what the topic was. So, we have to think about it. But that's how it goes. The golden rule. We're trying to transform the mind, the body, and the soul. And we want to walk like royalty. And that's the goal. So that's
Right.
why these topics are presented, so that we can talk some real talk. And, it's not always going to be ordered and always be a specific way. Because life is never like that. It just throws stuff at you out of
Right.
nowhere. Like I'm trying to think of something that you just did and knock it out the park. You just think of some things you done knocked out the park where something came in the way, and think about how you handled it. That could have went left, but it went right. This could have went left, but I used this rule, and this is how this happened. Let me think of something. See, this is a good one right here. And this is something I have to teach with my children. And it's a hard pill to swallow is when you get lied on.
Mm.
When someone tells a bald head, bold face lie,
Yeah.
if don't nothing else get under my skin, that does.
Hmm.
I'm okay with a person having an opinion on something, but I'm very factual. And I know that opinions are going to come from all kind of people. I like cold, you like hot, but I don't like that, but I do. It's just it's human. But to lie
Hmm.
and say you did something you didn't do, or you some like that $100 bill, you didn't take the $100 bill, but someone say, but it, you was the only one there.
Mm.
It's gone. You might as well had. Or you say something and someone says, I know exactly what you mean by that. You don't know what I mean. You not me. You said I'm a bad person and that's what you. Wait a minute. Let's clear it up and get the facts. I despise liars. And it is a mental personality disorder if you are dealing with a person who is a habitual liar.
Right.
That is a problem. That's not something you can logically talk a person.
Justify.
You can't. And people who do that, who lie all the time, they believe themselves. They definitely do. That's a challenge for me to use the golden rule. So I have to be very clever with a liar. And when I'm dealing with a liar, I have to act as though I believe everything they're saying. Because the golden rule is telling me to treat that person how I want to be treated, not how I see fit. Because how I see fit, I want to let them have it.
Right.
But I can't. So I have to say, I know that this person has this problem. I know they telling a bald head lie on me. But I'm going to show them how to tell the truth. How can I do this? How do I get this person to tell the truth without saying you need to tell the truth? See, that's where you got to use your brain and be clever. And I ain't going to even lie, you going to mess up. It's not easy because everybody's going to be different. But you're going to have to ask questions to that liar. You feel me?
Yeah.
So if I did that, then, well, how did this get done? When did I do that? How did I do that? And you help them to open up their mind a little to see what you believe is delusional. It's a lie. And so it's called manipulation, gaslighting, and diversion. I'm just giving you some straight knowledge out here so you can recognize certain things, because I know that some people no one's telling them anything, therefore they don't even know how to fix things. They don't have enough knowledge of it. No one cares enough. People just look at you, judge you, walk past you, or always have expectations from you. They want you to be something that they've created in their mind. And then if you look, the list, you don't make the mark, they write you off. But there's a big pool of people who are wonderful people. And all they need is someone to care. So therefore, treating people the way that you want to be treated, not how you're getting treated, because sometimes you're getting treated like trash. And you're accepting it. And you're making excuses that it's okay. He don't ever come home every night. He never comes. He sleeps out 3-4 times a night, but I'm okay with that. I'll be all right. Or I work my butt off and I do this and I do that, but I get no recognition for that. But I'm okay. I'll treat myself out. It's okay. Not a big deal. See, they're dealing with stuff and normalizing it. So how do you treat someone that's mean and ignorant to you all the time? How? You cook their food. You do everything that they want done. And just out of nowhere, they treat you bad. I know someone like that. And you asking and praying to God, I got to use the golden rule. So some people, yes, they get an attitude and they get angry with me. But I say, go buy them a gift. Go give them a card.
Yeah, you do that.
What would you do? Do you think that the vampire, I could say that's a vampire slayer when you can do good when something evil is going on? How do you add light in a negative situation?
Yeah. I learned that, bless my enemies. That's good. That's a good one.
How'd you bless give us a situation you've been in and you came and you blessed your enemy even though your heart was bleeding or hurting. How did you do that? How did it work out for you?
I guess it worked out good because after I blessed my enemies, I was blessed beyond measure. And it happened like that all the time. So, treat others how you want to be treated, but even if people don't treat you how you want to be treated, still treat them good. And it's still going to work out for you.
All the time. Every time. That's good. And so if you want to refer to it on your the Bible scripture, that's Matthew 7 verse 12. If anybody wants to refer to it at home, write it down, print it out, get it deep down in your spirit this week. And I would love to hear from someone to tell me how they use the golden rule in their situations and what happened. I can't wait to hear all the good stuff because I know good is coming to you.
That's right. That's right. Feel me.
You want to say something on health?
Health. Let me see. I cut that grass and I burnt 1,200 calories. So get out there and cut y'all grass in. Y'all will burn. If y'all trying to get y'all workout game better, get out there and cut the grass.
Yes, yes. And I had a little bit, I won't say a scare, but I was scared. You
Uh huh.
know, I was super scared.
Right, right,
If
right.
I'm just going ahead and put it out there. When you in your 40s, I think it's the age is 45 and up. Go get tested for everything they say that you're supposed to get tested for. If you're a woman, it's mammograms and colonoscopies. And for a man, it's the same thing for the colon. But what is the other one for men?
Prostate.
And prostate. Go ahead. I will tell you real quick. I was terrified of it. I've been avoiding it for 4 years straight.
What you was avoiding?
Going to get the colonoscopy. I did not want to do that. Like, I don't know. I just had this fear that I built up in my mind. First of all, I hate hospitals. And I have a trauma with that because it just brings back so many things. I just get anxiety with it. So I've been slowly working my way back into hospitals or just even doctors visits and stuff. Is once you experience certain things, you got to work through that, the trauma. And I've been working on it. And I went to get my colonoscopy done, and I just finally said, okay, I got to do it. My mom's like, you better go do it. Grandma, um, my friends say do it. So one of my friends did it already. So I went on and did it. And when I woke up from the anesthesia, they was like, we need to talk to y'all. And I mean, like, when I say I'm ready to tell everybody, do it, they came and said that
Oh, that's big Kool-Aid
didn't
out
have
there.
no findings of nothing.
Hey, just.
So he was like,
Yeah.
he
Oh,
was
I'm
saying,
sorry. I'm sorry.
he was saying he usually don't get those types of, um, you know, um, reports with nothing.
Right.
So all I know is that if it's you, go do it as far as your health, and just trust God because He definitely will show up. Golden rule again.
Right. Round of applause for Big
Yes,
Sean. Going to get her colonoscopy.
yes,
You
yes.
made it through.
I made it through.
You did a great job.
Yes. So,
What's up, homie? How you feeling, man? That's what's up. Hey, how you doing?
I guess we're gonna wrap it up
Okay.
today with we recapped on health. We talked about the mind. We got our Bible verse, Matthew 7, verse 12. And I enjoyed it today.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's try to go in the room. We'll see you again next Thursday with Royal Reality Radio.